Oh, good morning, everybody. Sorry, I'm a minute late. Everybody tuning in bright and early. How's everyone's weekend been? I see everyone here. I'm just going to get a screen up really quick for you guys, and we'll get this crack-a-lacking. Let me just do that. Cool. All right. So we're going to be trading the Nasdaq on Ola Prime Markets this time. So we've got an Ola Prime Markets account. So a little bit better. Let me just get rid of all the tags for YouTube. Get rid of that. Sorry, guys, I'm running a few seconds late. How's everyone doing? Sean Evans, Easy Trades, Dr. Me, Ride the Wave, Con, David, OG, Peter, Noticing Enjoyer, Margaret, Mikey, Peter as well, Edwin, Benjamin, Amar, all the gang is back. I hope you're having a great day. Let's have a look how we opened. We're on the 15-minute chart. Let me. I've done something. I've done something to. I don't know where. Maybe if I click escape. Hey, there it is. Got the toolbar back. All right. So we've opened up. I haven't yet to mark out my charts. That's fine. Let me just mark out the charts. Let's look at the levels that we want to trade off today, right? So we had a nice little push up. So that's going to be the immediate short-term levels. And we just missed it, guys. There is a gap right there that we've tapped into on the open and blasted off. But never mind, it's fine. There'll be more. That was bad timing. This is why you need to be ready on the dot sometimes. I am not ready. Yeah, we had a nice little rejection of that gap by the looks of it. Oh yeah, look at that, 300 at the bottom. That was a nice opportunity. How quick that happened, who knows? But that was a nice little gap that we could have traded off. We could have at least scalped a few points there. Sorry, I'm still having my coffee. All right, but let's look at the other levels on a 15-minute chart. Do we have anything else? So we had obviously this push down. Now it did originate all the way from up there, but I'm going to draw it from this kind of push down because we did have a slight break in structure on that push up. Nothing major, but this feels like, the real kind of leg down again. This felt a bit choppy. So I'm going to draw it from that leg down again to the bottom. Let's see, do we have any nice little gaps above? We do have one a bit further up here. Whether we'll reach that, who knows? It's a bit of a movement away. Slightly annoying. That was a really good one that we kind of just missed. But we're going to keep our eye on the order flow and maybe we do find something. How was everyone's weekend? Talk to me. What did you guys get up to? I mean, who knows? We might actually retouch it and actually break through. Maybe we can get a bit of a retracement. I mean, the fact that also, Luca, good to see you. The fact that we're on 28 ticks per row at the moment on the footprint, which is quite a lot, and it's still looking really kind of flat in terms of like each cluster looking small. This market is moving a lot per candle. I mean, each candle, 60 points that candle, This current candle's already, 31 points. It's moving a lot. Like today is no joke in terms of the size of the candles. I mean, that opening candle has got to be at least 100 or so points, right? Yeah, 108 points. It's definitely looking very bullish. Look how all the sellers are kind of being trapped near the bottom. It wouldn't be a terrible scalp, but I would rather a bit better of a price, but it's moving very. I mean, that does look good for a buy, but I would hate to have such a big stop. Helped a friend move over the weekend. Tired today, ready for a great week. Cody, that's amazing. You're a good friend. Did he buy you dinner at least? A few drinks, something. I feel that's like the go-to payment whenever you help a friend move. It's either drinks or food. That's the only payment method people will accept. When are the new videos coming out? I can't wait. This week, man. So for those of you who don't know, unfortunately there won't be any live streaming. This is the last day I'll be live streaming until next week because I won't be at home. I'll be in Dubai for the IFX Expo. So if you guys are in Dubai at the expo, that's the 11th. No, yeah, 11th and 12th. So in a couple of days' time. If you happen to be there, find me, man. It'll be great to see you all. But yeah, so I won't be live streaming, but I've created videos for that week that I can upload. All right, so I hope that kind of makes up for it. But then after, when I'm back Monday next week. So exactly in a week's time, I'll be back. I'll start. What do you call it? I'll stream again Tuesday. Monday, I won't actually be able to stream because I'll be, flying. But yeah, Tuesday I'll be back again. Luca, how are you, Sam? Ready for the next week, new week? I'm always ready, man. I'm always ready, and I'm doing very good. Thank you, Peter. Good luck in Dubai, mate. Thank you, Peter. We'll miss you, but looking forward to when you're back. Very sweet, very sweet. Don't forget about me. When I come back next week, if the viewership's like 2 people watching, I'll be very sad. Yeah, that was a nice potential little buy there. The only reason I didn't take it was, I really only want to trade at the zones. But in terms of order flow, it looked very nice for a buy. Just the sheer fact that the volume distribution, sellers are trapped at the bottom, a lot of it. And they just good volume came in from the sell side. They couldn't push it down, and it was just, oh, Peter, I just realized it's the Hammerfoot candle. Peter, did you spot it? I just realized, the Hammerfoot, whatever you call it, Peter. It's the candle. So it's a bullish hammer, right? All the buyers at the top, the volume distribution, all the sellers stuck at the bottom. I didn't even realize until I was looking at it. I was like, yeah, it did, look good for a buy. And I realized, oh shit, it's the Hammerfoot candle. Is Ola Prime offering a simulated environment? I would like to get used to trading futures properly and not CFD. In terms of our futures prop, I mean, technically, like the challenge and everything, the evaluation is all simulated. Even when you get to funded, you'll be on simulated. You only go to live after, a few more payouts and a bit more data and proven track record. So technically, it's all simulated in that respect. I mean, obviously, you will get your payouts, but it is simulated. But you still have to pay for the challenge. Does that make sense, Dr. Me? Yes, bro. Ola Prime needs to pay you more. You are the goodwill of the business. Thank you, Mikey. Hey, if you want to email Ola Prime and say, I think you should be paying Sam a lot more, I wouldn't. I'll gladly email away, man. The Sammer candle. That's a good name as well. Sammy's Hammerfoot. 931 candle. Yes, Margaret. The 9, I believe it was. No, sorry, 935 candle. 931. I mean, it has the same kind of distribution of volume. The only difference is it's got a bit of a wick at the top. Whereas this one is like, literally zero wick, which is even better. But yeah, these candles, and I've said this so many times, when you see those candles, you put your stop below it. I mean, take profit is going to be fluid, and you either want to target structure or go with the order flow, whatever it might be, right? Even if you target that high there, that's kind of up to you and how you manage a trade. But essentially, in terms of entry, like they have such a good hit rate, those candles. I mean, I don't have the exact statistic, but when I was kind of, playing around with them and looking back and kind of, doing a bit of back testing, um, I would say like 8 out of 10 would work, 2 out of 10 would fail. Like they were really, really high. We need a hammer foot indicator. Ride the wave. I believe Peter was making one. How's that going, Peter? I have yet to test it. I'm so sorry. I know you sent it to me. I have yet to actually test it. I just literally didn't get the chance yet, but I promise you I will before doing the challenge. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no like trial before the challenge, Dr. Me. Unfortunately, not on the future side. We used to have one on the CFD. I don't know if we still do it, but on futures, unfortunately, there's no like kind of trial account, if that makes sense. Good show with Boris and you. Sean, you tuned in. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, that was great. I was slightly annoyed I missed the trade because I felt like I called that trade to the T and completely just didn't manage to execute in time. So it is what it is. But nonetheless, I think that was good. Memorize the name, people. Sammy's Hammerfoot candle, or for short, SHF, aka the magic candle. It's working so. Still need some work. No problem. Well, it'll be amazing. Once you work out all those bugs and it starts working, that would be great. Did you go to all my points to the dollar? Got in with 4 micros for the scalp, but got wicked out. Minus 150 daily loss limit hit before we even reach stop loss. Now charts are frozen. I can't do anything. Charis, what exactly did you go to all my points to the dollar? I'm not sure what you mean, Charis. ZZ Trade says it reached VWAP. I don't have the VWAP. There's a fly right there. I'm trying to. It's really annoying me. It's buzzing about. But yeah, the candle struck again, man. The candle struck again. And we kind of got a slight bearish one, but I wouldn't say it's as good just because there is still buy volume at the bottom. Do you know what I mean? But again, a bearish one is kind of similar to that. You see how there's a bunch of buyers. Most of the buyers are at the top of the wick. It's a nice hammer candle. We got some sell pressure, but I don't like the fact that there's 53 buyers still at the bottom holding that kind of area. I would rather have seen a bit more sell pressure piled at the bottom. But that one there, that bullish one, is really nice. Like the distribution of volume is beautiful. The size, like everything looks good. Really, really good. I think something's happening outside my house. I can hear police sirens and everything. Don't know if you guys can hear that as well. Something's going down. I'm trying to see. Is there any kind of like smaller area I could potentially scalp off? I could do a volume profile 1 minute from here, down, and maybe we'll get a bit of a kind of. That doesn't look great, does it? There's really no good area. The next okay area, the only area I'd really be interested in would be here then. I mean, we do have like slight gaps, but you remember 1 minute, it's hardly a gap. It's just a tiny drop in volume. I wouldn't even call it a true gap. And then we got this kind of leg down. Maybe that might show us something. Like again, there are a few, like there was one here. But these are all 1 minute, so you want to be very careful, that they're not going to be as decent. I mean, that one kind of held quite well, and we kind of just touched that one. So maybe if we break through it, come back on the other side, we can at least go to this area as a scalp, as a buy scalp. Oops, let me just get rid of that. We can go for a buy scalp potentially. So we have something 1 minute, but it would have to be literally a scalp, like super quick, Can we trade before NQ, before NY open, or you suggest otherwise? Also, I managed to get a nice one-on-one on pound US dollar today using the volume profile. Amazing stuff. Look, you can absolutely trade before NY open. Don't get me wrong. It's still a very tradable market for the most part. It's just if you're looking for like real activity and movement, it kind of has to be, post NY open, right? But you can sometimes the market is very nice pre-market. It can be very kind of calm and moves quite well. Absolutely. So you can absolutely trade it. You can absolutely trade it. Charis says, so it hit all my points of interest. Okay. And moved up too fast. When I bought it, it just stopped me because the 1 minute candles were choppy while going up overall. Okay, I'm with you now. It reaches there. My chance disconnect from the broken or allowing me to overtrade. Gotcha. This is how I stop. Hey, Charis, that's great, man. If you can lock yourself out, if it does that, that's a really useful tool because sometimes forcing yourself to stop trading is hard to do it on yourself. But if the platform gives you that lockout feature, amazing. Autumn, good to see you, my friend. I've been paper trading the hammers with 1-to-1 target from candle close SL below the candle lower high. Great win rate so far. Amazing, Cody. Amazing. Yeah, I can imagine 1-to-1 would probably be really good because I think with a lot of them, you're going to get, if you target like a 1-to-2, you might get like a 1.5 or something. And then it kind of reverses and you're like, it could have been a win. But it also, it's kind of hard to get like a perfect risk reward. But 1-to-1, I think is fair. It's kind of, as long as you're 50% correct overall, or more than 50% correct overall, you're making money. Easy to kind of easy to be rigid with, so yeah, 1-to-1. But I'm glad the win rate is really good for you, Cody. And is that just using the hammer candle, right? That candle, wherever it is, or are you kind of mixing it with something else? Sorry, I just cannot type. It's all right. Do you just keep up the 15 and 1 min, never the 5 minute? Yeah, I rarely use the 5 minute like that. Sometimes I'll switch to the 5 minute just to see kind of the distribution of volume. You can kind of see it a bit better, especially on the trending market. Like if we're looking at the sell distribution, you can kind of tell we're above most sellers. So, all the sell volume, you can kind of get a better, clearer picture sometimes. But for the most part, I'm not that interested. Definitely will rock it to 215 all the way up there. Are those previous highs or something? Yeah, I can see it going there. But I'm hoping that when we get to this area, we can have at least a scalp, maybe a few points. We can have a little reaction. If we touch this area, maybe just a little reaction back down, maybe, 20 points, 30 points, whatever. Like that's only 30 points, right? Just boom, one candle, kind of bearish candle, get in, get out. So if we get into that area, like I would be happy to front run it. I feel like it's just done it actually. It got really close and we got that bearish candle potentially. But we'll see. I tried Asian session 9 to 10 p.m. backtest demo. Got really nice move. 2 trades, 70 points. Beautiful, Margaret. I'm really glad to hear it. Yes, just hammers on ES throughout the day. Incredible stuff, man. That's really good. Drive, what's up to you? How have you been? Yeah, I feel like it literally just made that move. This is the one thing about NQ sometimes. It can get so close to one of the areas, right? Like literally like this, right? What is that? Not even a point? 3 ticks? 3 ticks away from tapping into that area and it makes its move. And that would have been the scalp trade, you're looking for. I mean, maybe I drew the area wrong, maybe. Did I draw it wrong? No, okay, a tiny bit off, but come on, like, are we all right? That's completely perfect now drawn. Still technically didn't quite touch it. 1 tick away. You can see the wick. How far away was that? Literally 2 ticks away, 0.5. Half a point. Yeah. Well, what can you do, right? What can you do? Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks, Sam, for your advice. You're welcome, Margaret. I'm great. I'm about to get a 1K payout tomorrow. Drive, you're smashing it. Really good stuff, man. Congrats. You're only looking for volume nodes on the 15 min. 15 min generally is what I look for, but this volume node that I just showed you, that was more 1 minute, I would say, right? That was just this little move down on the 1 minute chart, okay? And it was the highest volume node that we had. So I can imagine when we got back there, there's going to be a bit of a reaction. I'm not saying this is going to reverse this market. Like, we can pretty much get rid of this one because this has been traded through so many times now. But yeah, like at least a couple, like one or two red candles for a scalp. You can get in, boom, boom, grab it out. Do you know what I mean? Not like an overall direction kind of type trade, just literally a reaction trade, I call them, right? Where the market just reacts off it, and that's it. Exactly what we just had there, you know. But then 15-minute are the bigger areas. So, you know, this area here, this bigger, that's a 15-minute low volume node, right? So I'm expecting a bit more kind of potential movement from it. And we've had that twice now, you know. But it almost looks like, I mean, this one held extremely well considering. I mean, I'm still overall going to be a bit more bullish about it. I'm not going to be like, oh, short, short, short. But it's given us quite a. And what you can do, to be fair, what you could even do if you really want to be, you know, you could do a low volume just from this little move up on the 1 minute. If you're adamant that this is more of a retracement, you see this low volume node right in the middle here? You could potentially look to buy off it because now you're hoping, you know, buyers come in here and we go back up. But these are going to be low. Like I could front run it. Let's have a look actually at the volume. We're pretty much there. We saw 100 sellers come in. They were kind of struggling. You could probably front run. Let's front run with one contract. See if we can get back to the top. Otherwise, our stop has to be. Now this is CFD technically, actually. So the prices are going to be different here on this broker than it is on. So I have to look at the exit based on structure, which is a little bit more difficult, but it's fine. Let me just draw that low volume, because if we clear that low volume node and the sellers this could be more of a retracement. We don't know, right? We haven't really seen buyers come in yet, so we're front running it. But if we break below, then we're just going to have to obviously get out. But let's see what happens. 160, 190, 180. Oh, look at that, 200. There's definitely absorption there, but there's no buyers coming in. We're not really seeing that number change yet. Do you see what I mean? We haven't seen, okay, there's a bit of buy happened there, but still nothing too aggressive. That area's kind of held all right. Let's see if we can get back to the top now. There's the buy pressure. So you can cut, but you have to be very like on these 1 minute zones. You don't really want to expect to hold it for too long. Do you know what I mean? Like, all right, the TP is back to those highs, but be happy to take a TP lower down if you're seeing potentially, you know, consolidation or sellers coming back in, because we could start going sideways, and you don't want to be stuck in a sideways market, right? So you want to kind of have your finger on exit, really look at the order flow, see what's going on, because on the 1 minute zones, then they're not going to hold like the 15 or the hour zone, or, you know, like the bigger zones. You're seeing how sellers are trying to come back in. Buyers were trading below heavy buyers. This is not really a great sign. Now we can give it a few more seconds, see if the buyers can actually, you know, get above their volume. If they can't, you're better off probably looking at exiting. You see how the buyers got trapped there? We might have another little kind of up down movement. It might go into a bit of consolidation. Now sellers are a little bit trapped, which is actually a very good sign right here. It's not a huge amount, but I loved how quick the sellers got trapped there. They came in and the candle moved up. That was a really, really nice momentum. But realistically speaking, if we want to get back to those highs, we need to get up and stay above those buyers. If they keep getting absorbed, if sellers keep coming in here, it's, you know, it's not a good sign either. But that, what we saw there a minute ago, great sign, really good sign. Like it was not just the numbers themselves, it was the speed of it, right? Like how it quickly just, the candle shot away from those sellers that entered. You know, they really got trapped there. So watching it in real time is highly important. But again, look, sellers want to come back in at the top here. You know, can we stay above? That's what you got to ask yourself. If it's looking like it's really difficult to stay above, you want to start potentially thinking about, you know, all right, maybe we're going to go sideways for a bit here. Maybe this isn't the entry yet. Maybe it's going to double bottom. Maybe it will just break through. Let's see what happens here again. Do you see what I mean? So you want to be, if it's not looking clear, you're better off getting out rather than, rather than trying to hold on to like the 1 minute trades. Do you know what I mean? Where are we with this? I've got to catch up with these comments. Oh, I saw that. How are you doing? I'm good, long run. How are you? Haha, holy smokes, that's insane. One tick. I know. Literally one tick, right? From that area. So yeah, it looks like it's going sideways a bit, this market. So when you get to the top of the range, it's probably a good idea just to take your money, right? If we get to the top, because you're just going to go up and down, up and down. Maybe we can get a better entry once it goes back down again. Because look, every time we get near the top, let's see if it fails. If it starts failing near the top, we take our money. If it doesn't, yeah, it's starting to fail. Take your money, you know, because we're probably going to go sideways for a bit now. And as a scalper, the last thing you want to do is be in the middle of a range. But let me catch up with the comments real quick. Hi, Cody. Do you made ES only for hammer candles? What time do you? Okay. How do points and ticks work? Also, does stop loss work differently in futures? So points are basically 4 ticks, right? So if we look at the numbers on the futures, the actual price, sorry, if I do, you know, 25,117 to 25,118 on the dot, that's 1 point. Okay, but in between the point, you have quarters, right? So 25,11725, that's a tick. And then 50, that's another tick. And then 75 is another tick, right? So there's basically 4 ticks in a point. That's that's essentially, it's just a pricing, right? And stop loss works exactly the same like CFDs. You know, it's just a price, right? The reason I said before the stop loss was different is because on this chart here, on this Ola Prime Markets graph, this is the NAS 100 CFD, right? It's not actually the futures, right? This is the futures. Now, if you look at just the candles, they're identical, right? It's the same chart. You can see the candles look literally identical to each other, right? But the actual price, because one is CFD, one is futures, is different. So right now on the future side, we're at 25,134. On the CFD, we're 25,052. So what I meant is I can't, when I'm setting the stop loss, I can't look at like, oh, if I wanted to set the stop at 25,087, 25,087 is, well, all the way up here on the CFD. It doesn't, do you see what I mean? So I have to set the stop based on structure, right? So I could see, all right, just below this wick is where I want to set my stop. So I can set it, you know, here. Did that make sense, Dr. Me? I hope you're crushing it to turn that milli into 2 soon, boss. Yeah, I hope so. One day, man. Edwin Boyton, on the volume profile draw over the previous session and overnight combined, it bounced perfectly on the point of control just now. Drawn over the previous session and overnight combined, it bounced perfectly. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean, everything generally you will see kind of lines up as well. I think the previous, what day are we at? We're at 9th. Oh, so this is still, I'm assuming similar to around here, really, would be the point of control. Yeah, right there's the point of control of that session. So you're right, yeah. Mikey, when you were talking about the bigger zones, you mean low volume nodes on 15 minutes? Yes, Mikey, exactly. When I say bigger, I mean higher time frames, all right? Higher time frames. Chopping area VWAP. Looks to me like very choppy movement. Definitely very choppy, yeah. You can just see the candles. Like, we were just stuck in a bit of range. It was going to go up and down, up and down. So it happens, man. Sometimes you enter in a range and you don't know it's a range until it starts ranging and you're like, ah. But then generally best thing to do is just get out. If you're in profit, if you're like, get out of the range. Unless you've got like a really good entry on the range. Like if I got an entry down here somewhere, it wouldn't be that bad, right? But I was quite near the middle of the range, my entry, like somewhere here, I think it was. So you're better off just letting the range play out. Once you're on profit, just take it. Do you know what I mean? Um, where are we? It's a 60-point stop. Nasdaq is bullish or bearish, sir? Um, are you talking long term? Like more so intraday, I would be more bullish intraday personally. I would be more, yeah, more on the bullish side intraday personally. But that doesn't mean just buy right now. Like the thing is, it could be very choppy, but I would be more bullish, lean more to the bulls than the bears intraday. Ola Prime offers demo trading for practice. Unfortunately, long run lab, we don't. Ola Prime Markets does, the broker side does, but the prop firm side, unfortunately, not. Yes, just ES and NY open until 1 p.m. EST. Oh, okay, you're replying to Margaret. Cool. You are a great teacher, Sammy, honestly. Thank you. Thank you, Ride the Wave. Sorry, I just missed what you said. Congrats for the profit. Thank you, Dr. Me. Hey, bro, I'm confused. Looking at the chart on the right, looks like MetaTrader. I could see MetaTrader as a platform option to trade futures. Thank you with Ola Prime. Okay, so this is not the prop side. This is our CFD broker side. Just because I can't do Project X anymore, and my Trader 8 and or Ninja Trader still isn't ready. So they've given me an Ola Prime Markets account, so basically a brokerage account, to be nice and careful with. So this is a CFD broker site basically, and we have obviously MT5 on it because we're a broker as well. We're not just a prop firm; we're a broker as well. Okay, so I know every time I'm like coming on this stream, I've got like some new freaking Ola Prime account right now. I get it, but I'm still waiting for Ninja Trader. But I think by the time I'm back from Dubai, I think I'll have it also. It's all good. It's all good. Can you use volume profile and volume footprint to trade nat gas? Good question. Volume profile, 1,000,000%. Nat gas is, yeah, on the future side, you absolutely could. I'll be honest with you, I've never traded natural gas. Never even opened up the chart in my life. So I have no idea how good it is. But volume profile will work on any instrument because it's a time-based measurement, right? It's more measurement of time than anything else. And those low volume nodes are down to time more than volume itself. So it works literally Forex, crypto, futures, stocks, you name it, it works. Volume profile. Did you watch the Super Bowl? I unfortunately no. We don't really get the Super Bowl in the UK, if I'm honest, Sandy. Can I use the footprint with YM with the Dow? Yes, you can absolutely use the footprint with the Dow. I would recommend it works best on the ES, then the NQ, then the Dow, because the Dow's footprint, like the volume is just not that great. right? If I go to it, you can kind of see like the volume is just a little bit shit on the Dow. So it's a bit harder to read, but you could absolutely use it. You could absolutely use it. Oh, we just got into that area. But you see, the thing is, technically, I wouldn't say no to potentially shorting it for a scalp. But I kind of feel we already had the reaction here. Yes, it got like literally a tick away, but we've already had the reaction. Does that make sense? That was the reaction. That was the trade, the short trade. Although it didn't technically touch it by a tick. So I'm not really that inclined to short it anymore. Do you know? I think it's done, and yeah, we've broken through. Can you use the volume pro? I've seen that. I missed this. I missed the answer to this. How do points and ticks work? Also, stop loss works completely the same in futures as it does with CFD. The only thing was the price, like the chart themselves, are the same. Like this is the 1 minute Nasdaq NQ futures chart. This on the right side is the CFD version. If you look at the actual candlesticks, they're identical, right? The only difference is if you look at the price on the CFD, it's 25,116 right now. Futures is 25,208. So they actually have a different price itself, but the movement is the same. So when you're setting a stop loss based on like the futures, if I wanted to set a stop at 25,088, 25,088 on the CFD is completely different, right? It's all the way up here. So you have to base your stop on structure. So you'd be like, okay, below the wick at 254, all right, this wick, and then you can set your stop. Does that make sense? And points are basically just one. So a point is just you know, like from flat numbers, right? So if I go 25,140 to 25,141, that is a point. And in between the point, there are 4 ticks. So 40.25, 40.50, 40.75, right? So those are the 4 ticks, basically. Sorry, it's 4 ticks makes a point, right? It's in quarters. And 1 point is just one whole like number up. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Would love to have a detailed guide video to set up Ola Prime for futures according to your preferences? Our future side is literally just prop at the moment, right? So we're not a futures broker, we're a CFD broker, but our futures, if you want to trade futures, it's literally the prop version. All right. Sam, what criteria you decide to change the ticks per row for cluster? That is more just visual. So, you know, I like to see the clusters to be just visually kind of, you know, like if I put the ticks per row to right now 16, you'll see what I mean. There's just too many clusters in a candle, so it's kind of hard to point out where the groups of volume are. But if you make the ticks a bit bigger, if the market's moving a lot, like it is today, like 28 is even quite big. I mean, 32 might look better. You can just see the clusters easier. You know, it just groups them. It makes it easier for you to see where the clusters of big volume is. It's purely just a visual thing, right? Man, you 4 in a row. Hey, Sammy, back again. Really liking the stream. Question on TV. Do you have trading view, sorry. Do you have a preferred setting for volume profile row sizes? I use 40 ticks in a row. Brian, great question. And thank you for joining. I have it set to 24 normally. And truth be told, there's no magic number. I think 24 was like the default, and I just never changed it, and I got used to it. But if you find better results by changing the row size on the volume profile, Godspeed to you, man. Like, play around with it. That's absolutely fine. There's no kind of magic number that works best. That was literally default for me, and it seemed to work, and I never changed it. Okay. Was Carl Anthony Towns zesty when you met him in person? Zesty. He was, yeah, no, he. I don't know what zesty means, to be honest. I mean, but he was a nice guy. He was a nice guy. He was a nice guy. He came in very professional, did his thing, you know. Um, yeah, like no complaints. He was a cool dude. Not entirely sure what you mean by zesty. I think I know what you mean, but that's nah. He wasn't zesty. He just a normal average. Well, not average because he's a giant and like super rich, but just a normal dude basically. He was actually quite humble and yeah, he was a decent guy. Hi, how are you, bro? I'm good, Shoud. Um, thank you so much. Now you're welcome. If you were to buy one lot in NQ CFDs, would you also make 20? No. So CFDs, the pricing is different. Truth be told, I don't know off the top of my head how the pricing works. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, because I've never trade CFDs. This is a kind of a first for me, right? Trading CFDs, like I have done before, but we're talking years and years ago. So, but there are calculators out there because CFD is a bit different. It goes by pips and um, but if you literally Google like pip profit calculator, something like that, you can select the instrument and then you can work out from the lot size how much per pip it is. But I don't know off the top of my head if I'm honest. But the pricing is different to futures. I know that much. I tried 8 ticks per row at Asian session. That would probably be about right, 8 ticks, because Asian session it really doesn't move much. Perfect, thanks. Okay, Fatty, good to meet, good to see you again. How are you? Uh, sandy cheeks, sandy cheeks. All right, let's see. So we're just kind of trading through this area. Let's see if there's another one anywhere nearby. I'm still more bullish on this. I don't think this is going to hold. But I can imagine a bit more of a better reaction at the top here. I can imagine a decent potential short up here. Wouldn't be terrible. We did have this kind of sideways range. We can see the cumulative volume delta if that held true. Did it hold true? So when we went sideways here, for a lot of you tune in regularly, you'll know what I always say. You look at the efficiency of the market, and we started the range at negative, my God, 9,000. Whoa, that's a lot. Anyway, negative 9,220. About halfway in the range, we're at negative 9,670. So yeah, you can see the sellers were putting more volume. It was going more into the sell side. More sell volume came in. Granted, not that much, maybe 400-500 contracts, right, came in this range. The sellers weren't able to push it further down, meaning the buyers were more efficient, more likely it's going to go up. SHF at 310. Where is 310? Yeah, I would say so. I mean, the volume is shit on it. To be truth be told, the volume is shit. Like 69. I mean, it's a good number, but it's shit volume. 44, 77, 32. That was a terrible joke, but but yeah, the volume was a bit crap on it. But in terms of volume distribution, yeah. Uh, I think if you played by the rules, you would have got stopped out on that one because it did, take out the low of the candle. But nonetheless, I would say ultimately, yeah, kind of hits the mark. But I think the success rate will increase as well if you do it more where it makes sense as well. Do you know what I mean? Like during kind of a sideways market at the top, we've had this push up and then we're going sideways. Uh, It's kind of, there might be a retracement of some kind. There might be a bit of a pullback. So you probably don't want to buy right at the top of a move, especially around consolidation or where it kind of slowed down. I think like one that was printed here would be a lot better in my opinion, because we already had the pullback. We're already bullish, probably good for the continuation. You know. Or if you get one printed, like a bearish one at the top of a move might be better as well, because then, okay, that could be the move down, for a little push down. Buy at PD value. PD value. I'm trying to figure out what PD is. Mikey, what's PD? I can't figure it out right now. Price? I actually don't know. PD. Previous day value. Okay, previous day value. Right. Okay. I could have figured that out, to be fair. I was just being previous day. Where is the previous day? I'm going to have to go 15-minute here. Get that previous day. Sorry, let me just put my phone on charge. It's like blowing up here. All right, cool. What day are we at? We're at the 9th. So it would be obviously the weekend. So Friday 6th. Yes. So the previous days pretty much that move up there, I would say. So yeah, you're absolutely right. The value area would be up there. I haven't got it drawn out, but you're absolutely right. Obtuse. Okay, let's drop back in. Let's see what we got here. Remember the next area potential short up here. Will it give us it? Will it give us a trade? That is what we're asking here, Oh, yeah, I'm not seeing anything yet. Hopefully up here we can get a trade. Yeah, that point of control is almost the same as the combined I always have on the chart. Nice stuff. Long run lab. Did you take any trade? Yes. Yeah, I took a small one, but got out because we were stuck in consolidation. I can't remember where it was now, to be honest. I can't remember what it was. It was on the pullback of this kind of low volume. Yeah, I took it here somewhere. Like here, I took a long, and then I got out the top of this small range we had. So I don't know, maybe a few points. I don't know what it was. Maybe like 30 points or something. I have no idea, to be honest. But yeah, I did take a trade earlier on. I didn't enter at Sammy Hammerfoot, waited a bit more for a deeper retracement and took a trade a couple bars later, made a few quids. Beautiful. Peter, good stuff. Really good stuff. But yeah, when that candle shows up, man, especially when it kind of fits within structure altogether. The thing is, I always miss them. I never pay attention to them. Like Look, I haven't trained my eyes to spot them yet. Do you know what I mean? Like I really, really need to spend hours and hours just kind of training my eyes to spot that candle, spot it. So I don't have to think about it. I just see it and boom, I know it. Because every time I'll be like, oh, look, there's one. And it's already happened. So, or maybe your indicator. Exactly. Peter, exactly. Shout at Grok. Tell it, what is it doing? Build a damn indicator. Fix the code. Once your indicator's up, we'll all be billionaires. Because all day, every day, on every single instrument known to man, it will just be boom, 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 boom. That would be the dream. That would be the dream. We'll make it happen. Peter, you've got everyone in this chat, everyone on this stream, you've got their future in your hands right now. You can unlock it. We just need Grok to fix up the damn code. The ones it does see, it works well. It's almost there then, not far. Trading View has a hammer candle. Yes, but it's like a separate hammer candle. So Trader Stephen, the thing we're looking for is like a hammer candle, but the volume distribution and volume size has to be right. So where was it? We had one like earlier somewhere, didn't we? There it is. Let me just hide it. So like if you look at that hammer candle here, this bullish one, all the sell, like big sell volume trapped in the wick at the bottom, the distribution basically being sellers stuck at the bottom, and then decent buyers, a good amount of buyers at the top. That is the candle we're looking for. Not just the shape of the candle, the volume distribution, and then also a bit of size as well. You don't want like just a couple of contracts. You want like a decent amount, decent volume within it as well. When those three things are ticked, really good win rate. Really, really good win rate. Should we charge them? I mean, Peter, truth be told, I think we'd make so much money. We'd be billionaires. Do we really need to? We can be good billionaires, We can give away. We can be like, spread the love, right? We'll be like Oprah. You become rich, everyone just becomes rich. And then the whole market will crash. But by then, it doesn't matter. We'll all be rich. We'll all be in our helicopters and private jets. And, when we crash the NQ because everyone is trading one candlestick around the world, we'll also probably end up in prison for some kind of price fixing or something. But it's fine. We'll have the money to break out of prison. It's all good. We'll figure it out. Love your attitude, bro. Same entry. You the goat, Sammy. Thank you, Long. Come on, get to the top there. Get to the top. I want to see what happens up here. As long as we go to the same prison. Exactly. We'll be like is it Pablo Escobar? He built his own prison. Like he had to go to prison and he made a deal with like the Colombian authority that he'll go to prison as long as he owns the prison. So he just built himself like a luxury hotel with like it's just ridiculous. Expecting to get to Asia highs. The Asian highs, I don't even know where they are. Let's have a look-see. This is all Friday. Asian high must be, yeah, literally at the top here. I'll just draw a line for the Asian high. Yeah, I can imagine it could probably get up there. Why not? Oh, we've got a retracement already. That happened out of nowhere. What is going on? All right, we can get rid of that low volume node from that one. That doesn't mean anything anymore, but we've got a couple kind of stacked up near each other. So we're literally in one now, and then we've got another one. Let me just draw this. This is so badly drawn. All right. Let's have a look. If we get back into that zone, I can imagine there might be a bit of because it could hold this zone. I mean, we're right at the bottom of it. We're kind of breaking it. I can imagine it will drop a few more points down to this and then make it smooth. So maybe just be a bit more patient. 2 candles ago. 2 candles ago. Which one are we talking about? The 323 candle. Yes, it kind of has it. You're right. The buy volume's a bit low on it, but the sell volume's decent. The shape is good. Peter, you spot that so well, man. You really did. Yeah, I didn't even notice it. Oh, we're in that area. Let's see if this holds at all. Is there any kind of buy pressure that truly comes in? We might have a scalp here. But this is a really good sell-off. 15 back to 34, 9. There is definitely buyers coming in, but they're not really jumping the market up at all. They're not quite ready yet. 68, 58, 67, 72. See how the sellers are able to kind of like gap it a bit, but the buyers aren't. 84, 93, 79. A little bit, the buyers are gapping it now. You can front run. I'm front running it at the bottom here. Wow, that was a terrible entry. And then we can have a stop literally below. Uh, oh yeah, the price difference. We can have a stop literally below here somewhere. Let's see it. Let's front run it. Why not? See if we get back up. If this area doesn't hold, it doesn't hold. There's another one even below. Oh, there's so many. Just like they're all packed up on top of each other, aren't they? We never tested this one, so this one might be even nicer, to be fair. Yeah, this is going to break through. And we're out. Okay, we're in the next one. Here we go. We're in the next one. Give me 2 seconds. I will look at the chat in a second. I just want to see what happens here. Come on, go back to that area. I may have had a bit of a tight stop here. Come on. Drop. 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 Drop, 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 drop. Why ain't you dropping? Asia high is literally where your zone is at, 25.260. Yes, I emailed them. Emailed who? Sorry, Mikey. Did I miss something? I'm not sure. Indicator did call it. Oh, so the indicator found that one as well. Amazing. Really good. Let's see how this is holding up. Let me just see something real quick. Yeah, we got a ton of these all piled up here. I'm gonna go in again, I think. What I like is the fact that we've got a bit of sell volume stuck at the bottom here. I think it's okay. If this fails, it fails. And then potentially we'll be going down, I think. And then I can have a stop. Like, I'm trying to figure out where the hell the bottom here is in terms of structure. What am I doing? Come on. Like, this was the kind of midway of the 304 candle. Where's 304? So that one midway, yeah, I think my stop is like around there then somewhere, would be there. This is the only thing when you're converting it from CFD to futures, you got to like draw it out based on random like structure, because the price difference is not there. You know what I mean? Like the actual, yeah. All right, let's see how this goes. We really want to break past all these. Let's see if the extension actually happens back up to the top here. There it is. There it is. There's little sellers. We want to stay above that 200. I really want to see a pop, a little bit of a pop. We're in the bottom side of the other zone, which is slightly annoying. There we go. Add another 100, back down to 70, 80. There we go. Come on. Come on. Got another 100. Oh, instantly to minus 18, but the buyers refilled very quickly. One more push, or are you going to give up here? One more push. 100 sellers came in, failing. It's looking all right. Come on. Keep going above. Keep going above. Come on. Bit more. Starting to slow down a bit and the sellers coming in. I'm going to probably get out. All right. Anyway, where were we? I salute your character. You really care about your followers. That's a rare tribute these days when everyone reaps off everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated, man. The entries are so important with the point size of these candles, i.e. stops. Yes, absolutely they are. We should look for shorts, in my opinion. Ola Prime, Goodwill, Holy Trade. Oh, so you emailed, right, you emailed Ola Prime. Gotcha. Oh, yeah, it's just kind of stopped again. Like the buyers were coming in, but then we had a bit of sell pressure. You might as well just take the money at that point, you know? Yeah, might as well take the money. But that's the thing, when you have all these zones, especially when they're piled up, it can reject off that one, it can reject off that one, it can reject. Sometimes you're going to get stopped out from zone to zone. But the important thing is, when you are in that situation, because I used to do this and it hurt me hard, right? What I used to do, like I'll be like, all right, I'll enter on this zone, and I would enter, like, let's say for a buy, right? And naturally, I would be like, well, my stop is going to be below there. But then because it only dips a little bit and it touches the next zone, I'll be like, well, I might as well hold on to the trade. You know, I might as well hold it. So I move my stop a bit further and I'll be like, okay, I'll have it here. And then it breaks through and it goes to the next one. And I'm like, well, it'll reject off this one. So I might as well just move my, and before you know it, my stop is like a mile away. And if I'm wrong, like completely wrong, and it breaks through, then it's like a disaster trade, right? So whenever you get those kind of zones piled up and you know you decide to front run a little bit and jump in early, that's fine. You just be happy, like really just let your stop get hit. You know, it's okay if it drops to the next one, you can jump in on the next one. If you get stopped out on that one, not a big deal. But even if you get stopped out 3 times in a row, it's still going to be less than if you just held one giant position. Does that make sense? So yeah, like sometimes it worked. Don't get me wrong, it did work sometimes, and then it went back up. Like if I did it in this scenario, imagine I entered at the top here and then just left my stop, and kept moving it down here. Okay, I would be in profit now, and I'll be like, oh wow, I'm okay. I'm back to break even. I'm back to profit. But it's not worth it, man. You're better off just letting yourself get stopped out and catch the move when it does happen, because it amplifies your losses massively. I used to do that, and it took me a long time to kind of just get over allowing myself to get stopped out. Nonchalant trading. Book 20 points. David, amazing stuff. Edwin, ow, that's dangerous. It really is dangerous, Edwin. Honestly, most dangerous shit you can do in trading is moving your stop. Because at the time you think like, it'll be okay. You're just giving it a bit more breathing room. Like you literally saw when I got stopped out before, like, can you do trade history? You can do trade. Yeah, look. Like, okay, my stop was literally to the T of where I got stopped out. It's a bit shitty. I had a very tight stop. I know it sucks. But if I was to move it and move it and move it, like, I'm happy just taking a small tight stop, get stopped out. And then when it's a bit better and it looks a bit better, you jump back in and you can catch the move. The moment I learned how to handle kind of like, it's okay just being, tight stop, you get stopped out, even if it's to the T. The moment I learned that and kind of accepted it, it became a lot better trading. Because otherwise, yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. All right. Oh, we're in that area. Finally, we got back. Let's have a look. So this is the area I thought maybe we would have a short. Let me just move that over there. Get back in there. Oh, look at that. Straight away, 140 sellers came in. Where's the buy? Oh, shit. There it is. Oh, come on, man. Don't do this. Come on, just go back up a little bit. Don't drop yet. I'm not in the market yet. Please don't drop. Come on. Come on, don't do this to me. Just go back up. All right, I'll be patient. See, I can feel the FOMO kicking in. I always got to tell myself, just be patient. It's fine. If it doesn't go back up, you missed it. It's not a big deal. It's all right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Well done, NQ. You have redeemed yourself. All right, let's see what's happening now. 82, 71. I got my finger on sell just in case. 68, 56, 80. Buyers, I keep reloading. They're still... It's not terrible. I can see absorption, but I'm just waiting for the sell pressure to come in. 200. No, sellers are still being distributed more on the lower end. It's not good. 96, 98. Okay, there's a bit of sell pressure, but they're still not very effective. It doesn't look terrible. All right, let's see if those sellers can push it down a few candles. In terms of stop, I'm just going to manually click exit because I'm trying to figure out where that stop is going to be a bit annoying. Now I really want to trade below, you know, this 200 and this 150. Really want to trade below them. But if I see any kind of buy pressure come in, I'm just cutting it because we are going against the trend. We're fading a move, so it's far more dangerous, right? Come on. Come on. The volume is next to nothing right now. We're just seeing really tiny numbers. There we go, a bit more. Come on. I see bigger numbers come in. All right. Okay, sellers. Okay. Not bad. All right, sellers. I'm pretty impressed by that. I'm not going to lie. That was not a bad little jump there. Didn't expect that aggression to come in. Well done. Let's see if they can keep it up. That's the question. It's going blue. 40 with at the bottom of the range. Those buyers here are kind of looking like they're wanting to defend. If they defend too much, I'll just take the money. It's fine. Yeah. Give it another second. Nah. Oh, God. Look at that move. I got out quickly. Yeah, fading the move is tough, man. It's dangerous, but we got out with a bit of profit there. That was too quick. I saw the buyers here trying to, you know, defend it. Yeah, it is what it is. But not bad. Not bad. I mean, again, you know, when you're doing these like small 1 minute zones, you're looking for like the reaction. You're not looking for the extension. Reaction, not extension, right? Excuse me. I had a big meal before coming on live, and I'm like in a food coma. What was I saying? Yes, 1 minute zones. Like the small zones that you're looking more for, like, you know, reactions. But the really good ones, like, the 15-minute, the bigger ones, they're going to create more kind of actual movement for a bit longer period of time. But ones like this, few candles, maybe. I was hoping maybe we can get down to here. You can at least kind of get a bit lower down. But all right, gave you two bearish candles. It's fine. You know, not the end of the world. But pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. We say if you get hiccups, that means someone's missing you. Which country does that kind of come from? Like, which culture says that? Is that like a cultural thing, or um, Canada? Okay. I wonder who's missing me. Let me check my phone. Have I got any messages from people? No, just work. The only message I have is, Sam, what's your t-shirt size? I'm assuming work-related shirts. Don't know if that counts as being missed. The Balkans too. Okay. Big up the Balkans. It's kind of cultural. Nice. I've never heard that, actually. I don't think we say that in the UK. Are you married, if you don't mind me asking? I have no ring on my finger. So I am not married. You're going to drive a couple of nice cars again in Dubai, bro. If yeah, we were going to do that for the Ola Prime shoot, and then we cancelled the cars because we were like, you know what, people probably don't like the idea of some. Do you really want to see some guy, get out of a Lambo in Dubai again? Like, it's overdone, and everyone's just like, it's such a turn off. Do you know what I mean for traders today? So we cancelled the whole car thing, sadly. But I think for my own personal, because I'm going to rent a car, and I thought I might as well, instead of renting just an average car, I might as well rent something nice. Whether it'll be a Lamborghini, probably not, because I will need to drive a few people around. So I'm going to need something with a bit more space than the Lamborghini. But yeah, I'm going to rent something, but I don't know yet. I'll have to look at. I'm going to have to do it soon, though. I'm flying tomorrow. He is married to trading. Exactly. I am married to trading. Some people need to see it. But you enjoy it, don't you? Oh yeah, it's an absolute blast, man. It's an absolute blast. Like, you kind of have to do it in a weird way. And I think it's good once in a while. I know there's like a whole kind of perception online, like, oh, it's a rental. Well, yeah, of course it's a rental. Do you know what I mean? Like, but there's nothing wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with, because experiencing luxury once in a while, it really motivates you. I'm not saying it should motivate you to trade harder so you can buy a Lamborghini. Like, there's many better things you can do with your money than buy a Lamborghini. But like, it wakes you up a bit, and then when you come back, you're just a bit more motivated. You take it a bit more seriously. You kind of need that spark once in a while in your life. So enjoy something. Um, yeah, the Urus. Yes, I could do the Urus actually, because that's a bigger car, isn't it? Bentley soft top, going to Dubai and have some fun. I had the Bentley soft top as well in Dubai once. That was I loved that car. Preferred it to the Lamborghini. A million percent preferred it to the Lamborghini. Was stupid. It's the dumbest car I've ever driven. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, don't get me wrong, it's the funnest car I've ever driven, but the dumbest car as well. Because I got in and I was like, all right, let's take off. And I went to, like, put the indicator to the left, and I was like, there's no indicator. I was looking around everywhere. I was like, how the hell do you indicate in this car? It's this little kind of knob on the steering wheel where you just go left and right and you kind of flick it. And I was like, but what if you're turning the wheel and you want to indicate? Now, like, you have to. Who invented that? Do you know what I mean? Which designer thought that was a good idea? Let's put the indicator on the thing that actually moves as you. It's like, it's completely brain dead. Do you know what I mean? It's like the dumbest car, but it is fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was such a fun car to drive. Uh, indicators for those. True, most people won't even bother indicating. Double up the Rolls Royce. Yeah, I like a Rolls Royce as well. But you get what I mean. Like it's just stupid, the car. It doesn't make any sense. I feel like they did it purposely to almost just to kind of, I don't know, maybe some kind of power trip. Like you spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on this car, and we're gonna put such a stupid flaw on something you should be using every day, just as almost like a fuck you to you. Like, you know, I mean, just because we can, you're like almost, because I'm sorry, no designer would guarantee they would have realized that it makes no sense having an indicator on the actual steering wheel, but they still did it. You got to question, why did they do it? Honestly, I don't even know what a Ferrari Puro Sang is. I don't even know. I've never even heard of it. I'm gonna have to Google this now. You've piqued my interest, Doctor Me. I have never heard of it. I know what a Ferrari is, obviously. I just don't know that model. Let's have a look. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. It's almost like a hatchback, right? It's almost like a. Well, actually, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, guys. No, I don't actually like it. It looks too much like a standard kind of crossover. If I saw that on the road, I wouldn't think that's a Ferrari. But I bet it costs Ferrari money, right? Nah. Doors open like, okay, like suicide door. Oh yeah, there you go. I can't actually say that word. You get like banned on YouTube if you say it. The S door. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. At first, I thought, okay, that looked all right, but the more I look at it, it literally looks like a standard Kia almost. Kia SUV crossover. Nowadays, everyone has a Lamborghini. It's true, man. It's like the go-to car. When someone has a bit of money in their pocket, they get a Lambo. I love how Porsche put electric motor and battery, which can do like 20 miles, so they can classify as an EV. To do really- Fair play to them. They played the system, right? SUV. Yeah, I wouldn't even call that a real SUV. I'm not a fan of its price. Yeah, you pay Ferrari money, but I don't know. I don't think you really like. Would most people know that's a Ferrari? I mean, I feel like if you're buying a Ferrari or you buy one of those cars, most like a big chunk of the reason you buy it is so you can sit there, drive it, and have people be like, "Oh wow, look, a Ferrari." Let's be honest. You know what I mean? You are trying to show off, right? That is the reality of these cars. Like, so if it doesn't look like a Ferrari or it's noticeable like a Ferrari, what's almost the point? Looks like Alfa Romeo. Yes, yes, exactly. It looks like you're absolutely right. The Alfa. I know exactly which car. I think it's called different in the UK. I can't remember what they call it here in the UK. Like because I actually like Alpha. I used to have an Alpha back in, we're talking a long time ago, and I was like when I was like 21 or something, or 22. I had an Alfa Romeo Brera. I loved that car. It's a, if you know, you know car, overpriced. Yeah, the Brera. Yeah, that's the car I had. I had an Alfa Brera. I had it in red. I used to love my Brera, man. That was like my favorite car I've ever had. I don't know why. There was something special about that car. Jake Paul bought one after losing to AJ for 750K. I mean, look, if you're someone like Jake Paul who's literally got, I don't know how rich he is, but I'm pretty sure his net worth is it's got to be at least close to like, between 50 to 100 million now, then fair enough. You buy a car like it's nothing. You can do that kind of shit. But if you're like buying a car because it's special still and it's, you're saving up, yeah, never, never. In Balkans, we joke, if there is no oil under an alpha, there is no oil. That's hilarious. It's funny though. I tell you what, and hands up here, I am gonna tell you the God honest truth, right? I've had many cars in the past. The most reliable car I've ever owned was the Alfa Romeo Brera. I don't know why. I thought that car's gonna break down constantly. Like, don't get me wrong, it depends what you classify as reliability. Like, I remember once I was driving and I put the sun visor down because it was sunny and it just literally fell off as I was driving. So in that kind of reliability, yeah, like the sun visor might drop or the mirror might fall off one day or something like that. But in terms of like engine and gearbox and kind of, actually working as a car, never had a single problem. It just kept going. And I abused that car as well. I didn't drive it softly. I really did abuse that car. And it never had a problem. Memory lane now. I had an Alfa Romeo 33 Boxer 16 when I was 23. Oh, it is. You understand it then, Edwin. I think when you're like in your young 20s, early 20s, and like having an Alfa, you were just like, it was such a cool car. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone else would have like a Ford or just don't get me wrong, good cars, but just standard kind of a Ford Fiesta or whatever. And then you had an Alfa. It was just kind of, I don't know, man. It was beautiful. I loved the Alfa. It had so much class to it, like so much kind of. It was like wearing a leather jacket. Do you know what I mean? Owning an Alfa was like wearing a leather jacket. It was kind of like retro, old, cool kind of. You couldn't beat it. Sammy, which football team do you support? Truth be told, David, I don't actually watch football, man. Like genuinely, never. I used to like playing football when I was young, but I never really watched it. Balkans, where Benjamin, Opal, yeah, Opal, like standard sort of brands. VW Golf 5 rules the road in the Balkans. 1.9 TDI for the win. 70% of them have way over. There's something about the 1.9 TDI. You get it in the Passat, you get it in the Skoda, you get it in the, all the Volkswagen group cars. That 1.9, if you have if you see a 1.9 TDI on the road, you're right. It's always got like 500,000 miles on the road, and it's still just going. But it has that noise like a tractor. It's like and you just know it's like the most reliable damn engine ever made. Like people buy that car just, and it's so efficient as well, man. You can fill it up once and it will like last you forever on fuel. It never runs out of fuel. So you're right. That car is like the 1.9 TDI that they built. Bulletproof engine. Bulletproof engine. Like every taxi driver back in the day used to have the 1.9 TDI, whether it was a Skoda, Passat, it doesn't matter. As long as it had that engine block, every taxi driver in the world, well, at least here in the UK, they all had that 1.9 TDI. You just couldn't beat it. Oh shit, look at this. While we're chatting about cars, we just saw a little... All right, so we did have that tiny reaction there, but it never really went much lower, right? So we got a little scalp here, but then we broke through. We're now coming back on the other side. It looks like we're potentially continuing. So yeah, really good stuff. My cousin lives on countryside. That tin can has like 4.5 to 100 kilometers consumption, like a cigarette lighter. I don't know how they built that. You're right. The engine worked on magic. I don't know how they built that engine. or how it even runs or lasts. It makes no sense, that engine. But it's the best damn engine ever built. In terms of just overall day-to-day usage, you cannot beat that engine. Did you trade in Canary Wharf? No, we weren't in Canary Wharf. We were... Oh, shit, where was it now? 1 second. I keep forgetting. This was like almost 15 years ago, so I actually forgot. I think it was... where were we? I can't find it now. What station was it? Oh my god! I always used to take the tube. I think I'll remember. Where was it? I think it was definitely in the city. It was like on the City of London, but I can't remember which station I always got in. When I see the name of the station, I'll be like, oh yeah. I don't know if I always got off at Farringdon or Moorgate. I can't remember, but yeah, it was in the City of London somewhere. Sorry for late response, Croatia. Oh, okay. How did you manage? How did you manage to get into professional training? Did you need any degrees? So this is it's quite funny. It's not funny. I think a lot of people got into industries like this, like how I did. So mine was just pure luck, truth be told. So my like best friend, he's British Indian, right? And if you know much about like the Indian community, they all very like they have very good connections with amongst each other, and they all help each other out and stuff. And he landed himself a job at this trading firm because their family somehow knew each other, blah 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 blah, and the owners were these two British Indian guys, and he managed to get me an interview as well, and that's how I literally got into it. So through a friend's connections, and that was, yeah, history was made right there. And I dropped out of university to pursue that job, so technically didn't need a degree as well. So connections really do matter, man. Making the right connections, it really does matter. Because otherwise, I don't think, if that didn't happen, I don't think I ever really would have got into trading. Like maybe I would have discovered it back in like COVID days where a lot of people got into it or something because it was on Instagram, but I would never have really actually got into trading. So yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird how life works sometimes. Ugly SHF at 353 also paid a few quiddies. 353. Let's have a look. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. We can actually lower this this a bit, but you're absolutely right. It has the volume distribution is correct. The shape is correct. Granted, the volume on the buy side is pretty bad, but it makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Where it's in an area where you would expect the rejection to the buy side. We broke through the gap, came back, it printed it. Definitely worth, like, it made logical sense as well. So great stuff, man, that you caught that. I tried to get a trader job when I was in London, didn't even get an interview. This is the thing, like most, like to get as far as I'm aware, it was a lot connection based. Like you couldn't just walk in back in the days into like any kind of trading job and just be, oh, can I get a job? Like even if you had the degrees, most of the time, like when you went to these universities and you got that degree, you would meet someone or whatever, you get that connection. All connections. Like most people just kind of fell into it somehow. They didn't that was the thing about that world, you were either lucky or you weren't. Now I'm trading Sammy Hammerfoot and we'll make millions. Billions, Peter, billions with a B. Wow, I would love to get into professional trading. just to keep my brain active all day. Right now, I'm all day in my room and it feels so static. Totally get it, man. But real talk, like professional trading now, like it doesn't really exist unless you're like a quant or a coder. Like no one's hiring traders anymore. Like, you're going to get a few hedge funds maybe and whatnot. They'll sort of like they'll hire you maybe, like, but it's going to be such a competitive world. You're more about managing those algorithms than anything else. So if you have that trading knowledge plus the coding and the whole quantitative, and you can do all that kind of stuff, then you could definitely get hired. Like you could absolutely get hired. So, but for the most part, if you're just a trader like me, I would not get a job as a trader anymore. Like, there's like a few small firms that might be still, like more kind of traditional prop firms might hire you, but for the most part, we're dinosaurs. We're done for. Our profession is gone. We were the first people to be axed with AI and all that. So it is what it is, man. Sammy will hire us all. we'll build the one candlestick, Sammy Hammerfoot candle company, and we'll all just sit there staring and be like, oh, candle spotted on NQ, and then enter. Oh, candle spotted Dow, enter. Or while training some kind of algorithm to pick up on it, some kind of AI algorithm to pick up on it. Then you do not get to hired. You build that billion indicator. Exactly. We don't need to get hired. We'll build it. We'll do it ourselves. Trading for Poundland nowadays. It's so true. It's so true. It's done for. We are all unemployed essentially. I mean, if you can still get a job within the trading space from a company, that's good. Like you will still be useful. Like even if you work for like a broker or something, all right, you might not work as a trader, right? But if you have that trading knowledge, you can definitely work for like a trading based company, like a broker or something like that. Maybe you can, I don't know, be part of their marketing team or something because you understand trading. Like that could absolutely, you can get a job like that. But a day-to-day actual trader job, doesn't really happen anymore. But it is what it is. Oof, guys, I hate to say it, but we're gonna have to probably end it here. I've got a lot of I've got to pack, wash a bunch of clothes, do all that kind of stuff, all ready for my flight in the morning. Have you watched The Big Short? Absolutely, great film, man, great film. But yeah, guys, we'll leave it there. It was a great little stream. Great talking to everyone. Do remember, I won't be on live anymore for this week. I will be back next Tuesday, back again live. However, I'll probably try and go live in Dubai, but not for trading. I'll probably just like with my phone or something, or do something maybe. But yeah, or drop a short. So I'll do something, But yeah, don't forget about me. I will be back Tuesday next week. And yeah, have a great rest of your trading week. I'm sure you'll all smash it. So thank you all for tuning in. I will see you again all next week. Much love, everyone. Thank you. Share your journey with us. I will. I'm planning on doing like some kind of behind the scenes type video. So I'll do that as well. But thank you all. Take care. Thank you.